Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Space 2, where we're being threatened. First of all, the sun god wills it, he says. Alright, so we are getting some diplomatic pressure nonsense from multiple fronts now. Usually, the way I would push back against somebody generating a ton of diplomatic pressure against us is by border pressuring them where possible. We can't do that because we only have one system and it doesn't have any borders, or it doesn't have the same sort of influence border that other players have. I don't really know what to do about this. I think we're just gonna suffer a lot on the influence pressure front. You can see most people are pushing back on us pretty hard. We've actually pushed out on the Vajani here because our global score is higher than theirs. Actually, the same is true of these guys. That bureaucratic imbroglio was probably mostly about reversing this trend for them. Are we close enough? Okay, if our diplomatic pressure reaches this line, we can make a demand of them the same way that the Horatio made a demand of us, where they were able to ask for dust and then impose a penalty on us if we refused. So that would be cool. That would be cool to do. It's not going to have a huge effect. Probably it'll just be like a few points of free resources. Or, more likely, they will refuse it out of spite, because the AI always does that. And then they'll take a bunch of penalties, and they'll fall even further behind, and it won't really hurt us at all. Alright, so, let's talk about science. First of all, I added a tech to the beginning of our research queue. I want to pick up hyperpacks because this allows us to trade technologies with the other players. I think this is going to turn out to be pretty valuable for us. We are definitely pretty progressed toward our science victory. We need one tech from this tier and then 3 techs from this tier before we can get our first endless tech, and it's a really good one. But I think we're pretty underdeveloped science-wise for this point in the game. I would love to see like maybe 3 times this value as our science score. So, in order to supplement what I feel is maybe kind of a low science value, we can try to trade some technologies off of people to shorten the amount of time we're going to have to spend researching through the other quadrants. I don't expect any other players are going to have a really high tier stuff, but like we have almost no military tech, and we could definitely get a bunch of cheap military techs from other people. We can also steal technology, which is the thing that we have not been doing. And hey, what do you know? There actually aren't any pirates here at this pirate base. Let's just grab these curiosities real quick and get out. So, void stones. Turns out we know where they're keeping the void stones. And with that, I think you probably are out of stuff to search for, right? At least locally? Yeah, looks like. Well, we have been very thorough. Oh, there is a search to do over here at Pisces. Got ourselves... Okay, a source of virtual artifacts. Fine. Is a search to perform at Aquarius. And then... I almost wonder if we want to, like, decommission some of these scouts. I don't really know what else they could be doing for us. I guess come home, and we'll figure it out once you get back. Oh, and we have hacking operations available. Yes, we do need to keep those running. So, we're currently running a hacking operation to... Oh no, we're not running a hacking operation to both of them. That's right. We got caught, and we can't hack them for a while. Right, does it tell me 5 more turns? Okay. So, who do we want to hack in the interim? Can we hack these guys? We can hack these guys again. Well, let's do a little bit of that, shall we? And then I think I'm reasonably happy with our laws still. We're getting a lot of science coming in. Approval is still, yep, devoted. Okay. And this immaterial connection is going to help, right? That's going to be a fairly hefty science bonus. This is also going to help some. I mean, we don't have a huge amount of population, but it's definitely something. So here on Nekar, which system is Nekar? Also, we detected some enemies. That is not a selectable ship. That is that's a logistics ship. That's somebody shipping food. The wireframe is pink, so it's Horatio. I guess he's shipping food to something over here. Oh, Zakor. He's trying to make this into a real colony. Okay. There's no reason that I needed to wake up for that. That does not help us at all. Do I want to... We have 449 manpower here. I think what we want to do with this fleet is pull it up to Ikima, because we really need more bodies over here. Although, boy, this is a slow fleet. Not a lot I can do about it, actually. Yeah, alright, just head in this direction. Alright, so on the car, we want to embed a sleeper, almost certainly. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So we want to keep abducting those super population points. Also, Nakar apparently has an unsearched curiosity. That's something that's got to get fixed. So with that bonus, we're up to 8597. Not a bad start. And now we have a much more robust ability to make deals with other players. So let's talk about trading some of our very cool technologies with somebody who actually kind of likes us for some of their less cool technology. These guys like us less, and we're receiving some diplomatic pressure from them now that they've caught us hacking. Maybe you.
Speak fast.
Alright, what if I said that we were at peace? That I definitely wouldn't attack you. How would you feel about that? Okay, that's going to buy us a little bit of influence here. In general, these guys like trade. Okay, cool. A trade agreement allows their trade subsidiaries and HQs to make routes to our HQs and subsidiaries. We don't have any of those, right? So this is going to have no effect at all. But apparently, the Lumeris AI, which is, very economically focused, is programmed to just think of trade agreements as generally good. So we'll take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Does this help us or hurt us? Okay, they don't care about that. I'm not going to spend the influence on it. So, now that we have a couple of things that they obviously like, let's try to grab some cool stuff for us. The terms that we put on the table here will stay on the table.
Are you
if I
just
click back in.
lonely?
Oh no, they won't. Huh, that's weird. I thought I remembered they did. They certainly do in Endless Legend. Alright, let's try to figure out exactly what they have that we need. So we have to be making some kind of substantive deal for the text to be available at all. Tractable armaments. We probably want this. Let's look at the tech tree here and figure it out. So we need either N-Wave fusion or ubiquitous surveillance from them. So that we can... I'm pretty sure that completing this tier without having anything in this one will not allow us to start researching 3. I think we have to unlock them all. So we want tractable armaments, which is in... It's in this tier, isn't it? Yeah, here. High energy magnetics. That'll be enough to get us up to tier 3. I don't think they have a lot of great stuff in tier 3, right?
We do have other things to take care of.
Oh, come on. No, you don't. You call me up every 5 minutes, and we both know it. Okay, hardened alloys is good. Oh, we want to put our other our trade agreement on the table as well. We're going to have to give them some techs and maybe some resources and stuff. We will get it figured out. Improved fleet management is not great. Oh, you know what? We can tell what tier these are by their cost. This is 1672, but this one is 6269. So I want that. And, like, Hyperium magnetics would not be bad. We definitely have some Hyperium to spare. We want to make sure that we're just grabbing stuff from the... Okay, the ubiquitous surveillance I want. I would love Hyperium magnetics. And then they have stuff from other quadrants that we don't actually need because we're above those tiers already. So, like, also improved fleet management. I don't think it's a great tech, but it's just... stuff we can pick up. I guess, though, actually, maybe we should wait on this. If we're only picking up stuff for our off quadrant, we should probably wait until we're actually done with our first Endless Tech, because I believe that you receive an increase in all technology costs based on the number of technologies you have. And I mean, we can verify that, right? Stuff in this tier currently costs 16,717. Let's see if that's still true after we get this. But if that is still true, obviously it means that we don't want to take on new technologies while we're so close to getting that first endless tech. Interestingly, there's a wrecked ark in this system. That means the Vodyani have suffered a serious military defeat here. I assume it was the Horatio who did it. Don't know who else it could be at this point. Alright, you come down to Nakar and search this one final thing. You get to look at some life form. Let me guess, it's one of those luxury resources. Hey, what a surprise. Alright, well, I don't think that you have anything else to do. You're just going to come home. I don't know what I want from you, but I know we can figure it out at home. We definitely need to run a new hack. So hold on, is there any way at all to colonize? No, there's no way to spread sanctuaries from within a system. And I can't hack a system from that system, right? Right. Out of curiosity, can I run a hack out to another system and back? No, I cannot. I cannot path over an existing path. So if I want to take over the other planets on Megras, I have to do it from somewhere else, which seems a little silly. I probably just want to keep hacking pink, right? Although, no, sorry. What I meant when I said pink was green, but also I can't do that. So what hack do I want to launch? Right now we can install... Oh. A trace. This is the hack that is running from Jane to Arcturus. Ah, that's unfortunate. Pirates, man. Pirates are always a problem. Alright, well, let's run a hack from... Running a hack from Takim gets us caught, right? We determined that. We can run a hack from Jane to Takim. Yeah, that doesn't take a super long time to complete. We can install a second sleeper and then do an abduction next. Alright, so 16717, right? Alright, let's see what happens to that value when we complete another technology. Part of the problem I have with the mechanics of this game is that there are a lot of things in this game that are similar to, but not the same as, things in Endless Legend, and I often find myself remembering the Endless Legend version of the mechanics. It is definitely the case in Endless Legend that increasing your number of techs increases the cost of techs. Okay, yeah, so it is true here as well. So we don't want to pick up those intermediary combat techs yet. We want to do it after we get Genius of the Endless. So, power armor, plus capacity on gas planets. See, this does not say that it affects things that are not your home system, so probably that is not any good for us at all. The Exavolt beam focus will allow us to just get plus 10% science on our home system. That's probably worth picking up. Mega risk containment is fine. The shaft to shelf system is very, very good for a system that is, or for an empire that is composed only of a single system. The fact that you can only build that once really doesn't matter that much for us. That's pretty good. And then mega risk containment is just like, that's industry. But if we pick up urgent AI research, we can feed our industry into science when we run out of good things to industry. Maybe I want that over one of these other things. Probably over that. Not a great conversion rate, but it's still more science. Okay, turns out one of these choices says plus 40% science and the other one doesn't, so I suppose we could read the text. You are pleased, but not entirely surprised, to discover that one of your colonies has developed a fringe religion in which the central deity is you. Though small, it has already drawn a following. One of their more charismatic leaders has publicly asked if you would bless them with an appearance at the inauguration of their newest cathedral. Meanwhile, others in that system are watching to see what your response will be. This is a little bit strange for our faction. I guess one of our colonies is referring to one of our groups of minor faction people who have decided that we are god, as close as god is knowable in the universe or something. That sort of makes sense. Yeah, I will decline. Mixing religion and politics is a bad idea. To ensure your empire stays on the proper path, you must decline. You want an empire that looks outward at the wonders of the universe, not inward at its own navel, although who doesn't like to stare at an orange now and then? Alright, so we're slowly sieging them down. I mean, we probably could just take them now. At minus 14 per turn, we have 449 manpower. We probably could just take them now. I'm going to try it, and we'll maintain the siege here. If we fail to get control of them... although, what's the value of... Like, we did siege this out already, right? Like, what I actually have to do... No, what I have to do is not hack them, though. Because I can't, right? That's actually not an option. Cannot hack this empire. But I want to. But I want to do that, so... do it. Yes, we were not able to take control of it by sieging them before. What is the way that they intend you to do this? Don't expect them to surrender. I mean, also, this doesn't matter. I'm not gonna go nuts over this. Like, it extremely does not matter what we do here. We do not need that upgrade. Although, there is some version of this, right, where I declare war on every other player just to really boost my science output. It's not even like a terrible idea. Also, hold on. While we're thinking here, let me go and grab some quadronics from another player. Well, we could wait until next turn. In fact, we don't have to build it next turn because the fabrication license is good industry and also will eventually be giving us some science. We also probably want to pull you back to here. Right now we're sending our pops to Jane. I wonder, might it be a good idea to instead... Yeah, okay, turns out we're not sending population to Jane anyway. Let's fill up our home system. We have a bunch of stuff here that is mostly affecting our home system now. It is more reasonable for our home system to get some love. And then, I mean, we have a bunch of basic upgrades to do. Although, upgrading these is not a super high priority. Don't even have population on them yet. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how we would take control of the Akima system. We can certainly destroy it. That's a little bit of an endeavor, though. We have to research some very powerful technology. So we are here, able to abduct a sleeper. Let us do that. I would like your populations, please. Columba was successfully hacked. Let us create a sanctuary on Columba 3, which is the scienciest planet in the system. Ratio wants me to stop hacking. Okay, I will stop hacking you, apparently. Constantly, I will constantly stop hacking you. The Academy and the heroes who refine their skills there can turn the tides of battle and vastly enrich systems. It is not surprising, therefore, that all civilizations in this galaxy secretly desire insight into and control over that powerful establishment. I doubt that it's a secret. There are also, however, some peoples for whom the Academy is an insult and an abomination. Chief among these are the hardline conservatives of the Vodyani, for it is said that the leader of the Academy has an ancient religious dispute with them. These rumors appear to be true, as splinter fleets of Vodyani extremists are appearing around the galaxy to come together and attack the Academy. If they succeed, the place and its founder are likely to be destroyed, and its secrets lost. So we must protect the Academy by destroying rogue Vodyani fleets. I don't care about this at all. All the players in the galaxy are combining forces on that one, and it'll get done, and somebody will get the reward. It just does, like, it extremely doesn't matter. So we could reduce our heroes' upkeep costs. I mean, this is a bad skill, right? I guess we take some extra influence. I don't know that there's a lot of meaningful skill points left. We kind of got all the good stuff already. Yeah, sure. Alright, everybody's going where everybody's going. Not a ton for us to do here. We're going to hit end turn like a whole bunch of times over the course of the next several minutes. Throw my entire weight behind the scientists. Okay, so we got the Oracle of Science unlocked there. Our scientist political opinion has really taken off. This will allow us to kind of cheat the amount of research that has to be done in the remaining tiers of the trees. Or the remaining tiers of the quadrants that we haven't done yet. Also, we've got the need to breed bill, which is like a lot of extra food. Probably not worth pulling any of our existing laws for. Our existing laws are pretty good. Oh, you know what? We unlocked our 4th modernization tier. We can do some more modernizing. So let's talk about what we would like to jam in there. I, of course, would like extra science. Extra industry per system level is pretty good. You can see here the cost of the items is based on their tier. The higher tier the thing is, the better, the cheaper it is to install. So also plus 15% food. So these are, of course, level 4. By the time we have these active, the system will be level 4. So this is plus 60% food. It's pretty good, I think. I think it's better than any of the other options. I mean, you could maybe make an argument for Blue Cat Mold, but at this point, a bonus of 60 science is pretty minor. That said, we have a lot of food, and we do have a bunch of percentage bonuses and stuff. 225 of that? Hold on. Could we make that happen? If I decided that's what I want to do? Not quite. That said, we're also pretty short on mercurite. Well, not that short, really. Endless Foundries are also a little short. I mean, we could trade this stuff off players, right? It's like, we definitely want to do this and that. And then the question is just, do I want to do Blue Cat Mold and hope that the 60% is being multiplied by enough factors to actually make it meaningful? Or do we want to take the food, which will end up being... Honestly, the food bonus is going to end up being worth more than 60. It's gonna result in us having a lot of extra population. Alright, that's the one I want. So, we would need to get up to 54 of these other things. We are actually pretty close. We don't have the money to buy stuff straight up, but now that we know what we're not going to... Wow, these are... Some of these are not that valuable. That's not the right math. 17 times 25 is not 124. What is going on here? Why are these only worth 3 dust each? What is happening to the economy of this galaxy? Maybe it will not be trivial to buy the resources we want from the marketplace. Okay, I mean, we could get them in trade. But let's get that in the queue, because I think that's important. So let's see who has the stuff we need. We're just going to flip through all the players real fast.
For what reason do you interrupt our crusade?
You don't have the stuff.
Sometimes it's hard to tell your friends from your enemies, isn't it?
You have... Oh, you have some stuff. You have some things I would like. Some mercurite. You do not have the other thing. We do also need 5 quadradix. If I could get that and this. Let's talk about the things that you want. I know you like peace and trade agreements. And also other stuff, presumably. How about... what I'm looking for here is anything that has a green plus by it, which indicates unusual interest in that term. How about 50 red sang? Lots of people like spicy food, no? How about like a whole bunch of Hyperion? Who doesn't love large amounts of mysteriously named metals? Really? Nothing. Okay, hold on. Suggest terms. Help me out here a little bit, Lumaris lady. What do you want? You want the gamma absorption technology. Boy, that's a big tech. Fine.
A deal then.
Okay. Yep. Not totally jazzed about how that went. Okay, so now there is enough mercury right now between our supply and what's on the market that we could make this part work. We gotta find some endless foundries. We are actually drawing them in very, very slowly, so we kinda gotta make this work too. Alright, who has those? Who has some of those? Let's just have chats with all of the other players.
Hearing from you is pleasing, like unexpectedly seeing our reflection.
Hearing from me is pleasing. Horatio, you feeling okay? My man here is worrying me. Some of these, maybe, and I'll give you, I don't know. Apparently I can't give you peace. Oh, right, I'm already at peace with him because he's allied with the Lumeris. What about a trade agreement with you? Would you like a trade agreement? We have so much influence to play with that we don't really have to, like, worry about that stuff too much. He would love it if I would give him a great big technology. You know what? Fine. Fine, I will give you great big technologies. Is he good? He's considering. No, he has refused the treaty. He has refused the treaty that he suggested. That's a power move, I'll give him that. Do you have the thing I'm looking for by any chance? You don't. I'm hoping to deal with somebody who's a little bit less crazy than Horatio is.
Contacting the Empire.
We are not at war. You're very confused.
Some things in this cosmos we have come to understand.
I feel like the United Empire guy just likes to shout at you. He doesn't know what your diplomatic status is. He cannot be briefed on things. He does not listen to his aides. He just likes to shout at people and grow his beard. Okay, well, it turns out Horatio's the only person who has this who is not completely insane, so he's insane, but we can maybe deal with this kind of crazy. Alright, so you want ultra deep habitats, and then you want me to throw something else in. I see what it is. I see how you are doing this. Would you like some voidstone? Does this move that bar at all? I just need that bar to look blue. I just need a little bit of blue to appear. How about 74 transvine? That's so much transvine, you might say. And I would say that's correct, Horatio. You have identified the situation. No? Man, I can't. He won't suggest other terms because he thinks he's going to accept this deal, currently. Even though we know he is not going to accept this deal. What if I gave you a small bore, kind of weak technology on top of this? What about impactless sights? That'll move the bar, right? No. Horatio, you're killing me, man. Do not make me go and deal with the United Empire. Don't do this to me. I thought we were friends. I don't know why I thought that. I thought it because you were being very nice to me a moment ago. I'm certainly not, like, even if I had star systems, I wouldn't give them to you. How about 1.1k dust? 1100 dust. No, he's just going to be like a real hard ass about this. Alright, I'm going to offer the same deal again that he just refused. Because maybe the crazy will cause him to accept it this time. His weird, large head crazy, whatever is going on there. Okay. He's not the kind of crazy that's useful. Which is the kind that makes him do dumb things in my favor. So how much are we short? We would have 52. That does mean we would have to wait 10 turns for enough to generate naturally, right? Yeah, but maybe somebody will sell some more. Alright, I gotta make some money. Let's make some money here. I do not need any red sang. There's a price thing happening, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why this is like this. What about our high yield? Okay. This stuff sells. I don't know that I actually want to sell all of that. Like, this stuff I'm comfortable selling. How quickly are we mining that? Yeah, we could drop all that. I could drop like 100 of this stuff. Math. Okay. 16 times 100 is 498, obviously. You don't know something like that, you're just going to get laughed off Countdown, I can tell you that. And then we're going to sell some of this other junk. Like, I don't need that. Okay. Alright, that stuff's selling for a reasonable price. Oh, you know what? I almost sold those potatoes. We actually want those potatoes, don't we? Yes, it is time for a potato booster. Potatoes here. This is a price I can afford to pay. Potato boost. Okay, let's buy all of this junk. Okay, that made the market go completely insane. And then we need 15 of this. Okay, and now it's just a matter of waiting for these to generate or waiting for somebody to sell some more to the market, which totally might happen. Or there was one other player who had some, right?
One meeting with you was all.
Actually, you know what?
Can't
I wonder if
keep
we
them
could get
waiting.
just 2 off of Horatio. I wonder if he'd be willing to do
Even
that.
if Horatio has been an underhanded scoundrel.
You have been a scoundrel, and I can tell that you're really proud of yourself for being a scoundrel, and I hate that about you. Sure. 74 adamantium and this tech. Yes. Fine. Are we good? Are we cool? We're not cool.
We are
He refused the treaty.
Am
Horatio,
I
you...
even more beautiful the second time?
You're even more something the second time, I'll say that. Okay, how about this? Suggest terms. He's gonna put that tech up, and I'm gonna say, here, I'll do this deal straight up. Look at how in your favor that is. You would have to be all the way the bad kind of crazy not to accept something like this, Horatio. Horatio.
Are as
He signed
happy
it.
to-
Okay, thank Christ. That is a terrible deal for me. He got me though. You gotta give him that. He really got me there. Upgrade. This is a good improvement for us. Let's get to the galaxy filled with terrifying umbral shadows. Okay, we have sprung a trap, which we will be able to trivially fly away from. And also, we found a source of quadronics, which means I did not need the 5 quadronics that I just acquired in trade. Obviously, I am not interested in... You know what? I was about to say I'm not interested in fighting you, but 376, 147... Yeah, I actually will win this fight. Okay, so he's kind of a long-range projectile ship. We are also a long-range ship. Yeah, I think we just straight up win this. We probably don't need to watch it. Also, Shargon was sending us some kind of treaty or something, but now it is no longer valid. Okay. And everybody else just come home. So once we get a couple more hacks done here, I do need to keep running hacks. Some of our hacks did not actually. Did we really finish? We finished 2 operations, got 1 canceled. Is that what happened? All right. How many turns are we from being able to hack them? I am now able to hack them, apparently. System is under blackout, causing the whole node to be unresponsive. Interesting. Well, let's just hack that as fast as possible. I wonder who did that to them.
You're the caviar of the galaxy.
Okay, yes, trade is good for business. They are overjoyed about the trade agreement that we signed that has no benefit to them. Alright, and what else do we want to run? Kind of want to just also run 1 to links, right? Actually, what is the value of this node? Plus 10 science. Another thing we could be doing, and probably should be doing, is running hacks out to good special nodes, in particular black holes and stuff. Making sure that we have beacons up on them, because that's just like free resources, right? That's 50 industry. Yeah. I guess that's the thing we can do during downtime when we're not allowed to hack a player because they've caught us hacking them. And then I'm going to install some accelerators on all these systems that we're hacking, because why not? See if we can't just maybe make these beat a trace, potentially. Another thing we could do, I guess, since the... Oh man, since the trace runs along the path of the hack, we could, like, route our hacks through a bunch of dummy nodes, and then to the target, and by the time they start hacking us, the hack will have less time on it than the trace will take to finish. These have a bandwidth cost to cancel, right? Right click to cancel. You will incur a 30 bandwidth penalty for 5 turns. Okay, we're gonna do some of that good routing through 7 proxies type stuff next time. I'm just gonna... How much free... You know, we have a ton of free bandwidth. Yeah, no, cancel them. Now here's a bad thing. I don't actually have a good sense of how much time it takes for the traces to work. But it's like we run from Megras to Leo to Columba to QR32 to Duil. This will take 14 turns to complete. That's probably too much of that thing. I think it's a reasonable strategy, but that's probably too much. What if we do it like that? 7 turns to complete. And then we still install the accelerator. Like, I had to reinstall the accelerator. Okay. Then we run a hack from Wrath, like, to... boy. Maybe... Control... Wait, is it Control? Yeah, I thought it was Control that lets you route a hack directly through direct space rather than over intermediary nodes, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, see, I don't want to go to links. There we go. Holding Control. So this is only going to add a little bit of extra... I don't know if that one's going to be effective. But it gives them a little bit of extra hacking time. And then we can run a hack from Wrath to Links. And honestly, this one might be fine. I probably didn't need to cancel that, because that one's got some nodes to go through. Okay. Alright, so when we actually hit... I'm going to pay more attention here. Hacking up detected. Okay, so they know what's up over at Takim. Let's pay attention to this as best we can. We reached Takim. It's a 2-turn hack. They're going to run a trace on us. I guess it says the enemy is likely tracing you, so we probably can't actually see that, can we? Like, we can't watch their trace progress? Or maybe we can. So it's made it to Kerr. This has come to an end. That's a shame. One turn left on Exabolt Beam Focus. And we're not even at 10k science per turn here. Honestly, just I don't even know what to do with you right now. I think in a lot of places we just have to kind of chill out and wait for the numbers to continue climbing. That hack came from Jane, though. It looks like it's able to move like 1 node per turn, maybe? I would not have expected these 2 distances to take the same amount of time, but it seems like they did. Alright, so we have hacked Takim. We could create a sanctuary, we could create a backdoor, we could embed a sleeper, but obviously I'm just going to steal their population, because it's funny. Alright, and now that hack is, yeah, that trace is just dead. Aw. Church and State has come to an end. Dropping our science per turn, not as much as I would have thought. Get a population collection bonus for these guys. here's what we really want, right? Yep, just got to keep abducting population. And we know in the future we'd make that a much higher priority. Pirates! No! Retreat! You know what I need to do? I actually need to send some ships out to fight this swarm of pirates here. It's gonna become a problem for us. Something flew briefly across our vision here, I guess. So our science output is pretty good, still. I would still say pretty good is all it is, but it's, you know, it's pretty good. Alright, so we definitely want battlefield archaeology. Then we have to consider whether we want to go to war with people. I think I don't want to cut any of my laws. There's definitely, like, at some point, no idle hands goes away, but, like, we don't have any other direct science affecting laws. We do have this party back. So the Green Fertility Bill is now available again, and that is a science affecting law. Maybe we cut no idle hands for it. I think we probably do. Yeah, every little bit of science matters. And it's not slowing down industry enough to be a big deal. Right, I watched a hack complete. I know that I need to do more hacks. So, how many turns are left on me not being able to hack you? 6? Well, we can run hacks from Sirius to Arcturus. We want to go through Crass. Well, we probably want to route through another node or two. Through Crass to here to there. And we'll install an accelerator here. And as long as that makes the hack take less or fewer than 3 turns once it reaches Arcturus, we should be cool, right? Provided that I have some grasp of what is happening here. Which is never a totally safe assumption. Alright, so our hacks are reaching their indirect attack nodes. Alright, so we are going to need some resources to make this work. Not a ton of quadronics around. Well, we don't need to build it right this second. We're already working on something. We're going to need to build it next turn, though. We're going to get totally gouged by these other players.
Ah, friend. How are you today?
We are friends. You like me a lot, and the thing you like most about me is how I accept fair deals. Okay, you don't actually have any quadronics, though.
Greetings. Hearing from you is pleasing.
Where's all the quadronics?
This contact is unwelcome. For what reason do you interrupt our
You don't have any.
The unfallen greet you in...
Everybody has
You're
orichalcics.
at war. You test my...
Some things
He
in
has
this
some
cosmos we
quadronics,
have
but
come
not
to
enough for it to
understand.
matter.
You're not one of them.
If we could find somebody who had 6, we could combine that with
We have one word for...
with what's on the
two
market,
guys
and that would do it.
stabbing each other.
Looks like almost nobody has any. Maybe it would be... Oh, you know, I have 5 already, though. So I need 1 from that dude, or we need to actually get some quadronics mining up. The thing is, Blue and Horatio both should have some.
You come to bask in my perfection.
Did I miss it?
again. Happy to help.
No, he legitimately doesn't have any. Or he doesn't have any that he's willing to put on the table. I'm not sure if it works like that.
This had
All right,
better
well,
be good.
What would you want for
Already
1
too many
quadronics?
today.
You would... Okay. Well... How about... Not so much on the Empire Dust. You know what? I'll give him this Transvine. I don't care about that. Whoa. Hold on a second now. What if I give you some Empire Dust? I don't want to give you all of it. It took him such a long time to... Okay, that's not happening. So he was cool with this. Let's argue him down on this number a little bit. I want to have some dust left. I have to buy quadronics from the market. Okay, he really, like, he wants all of that dust, it looks like. The bar had so much blue on it, I thought for sure we'd be able to argue him down a little bit. How about 1950? I know I'm quibbling over basically nothing at this point, but to some degree, the principle matters to me. I don't know why, it probably shouldn't, but it does. And then he refuses the treaty. Cool. Alright. Never mind, dude. We gotta get our own quadronic supply. I'm hoping that the passage of the turn here will help. Actually, Jane has quadronics. It's not on the planet we're on. Nope. It's on a gas planet, even. We should get that. I should get that.
Horatio's plans for this galaxy do not include...
Okay, great. Now we're going to have more than one person constantly badgering us for alliances. Alright, it really would be best if we could get this going this turn. So, the players who theoretically should have some but didn't have any for us to trade for last turn, even more theoretically should have some now.
Know that I'd like this.
There's a turn passed, but he has none still.
Do not bother us unless you have something.
And he has
of
none
value
still.
to sell.
Okay, cool. And there's still only 4 on the market. All right, we gotta deal with this by taking over the supply on Jane. All right, in 2 turns we'll be able to send another hack to Jane. We'll just fix it that way. All right, you know what? You're gonna come home and you're gonna do it by direct travel. Ignore all the intervening systems. Alright, so that means we have a turn here where we could, like, just build some other garbage. I mean, all this stuff has value. Except for maybe these extra strategic resource generators. Because who needs all of that titanium and Hyperium? Any industry from this turn that we don't spend will roll over and we'll be able to plow it into whatever we put into the queue next turn. So I'm thinking maybe we do just hold on and save it for distributed energy if we can. We're building all the things that could actually be relevant. Alright, got a couple of hacks landing. Okay, that thing has come to an end. You know, it was a good thing we had that up when we did. It requires a great deal of structure and order to build ships and execute business across the galaxy, and all of that while handling the affairs of billions of citizens. Precision and control are paramount. Without them, things could crumble into chaos. A terrifying thought. However, there is an agent of chaos loose in the galaxy, a strange being from a little-known species, known only as the Photobomber. His pranks, thefts, and intrusions are destabilizing financial institutions and police forces on many systems. Every time the law comes close, the Photobomber slips away to appear somewhere else, in a new disguise, peddling new tricks, and stealing new treats. It is time to put an end to this. It is time to impose a bit of order on the Photobomber's worrying activities. The governments of the galaxy have pooled their forces to bring him to justice. Whoever manages to pinpoint this slippery character will get the best of the donated rewards. Alright, well, this is not a thing that we care about a whole lot, but it is a thing we're good at, so we may as well, right? My scout ships don't have a whole lot else to do.
The Empire will not tolerate this.
Fine, you can have 380 dust. You big hostile jerk. Alright, let's pin this. So over on Rotanev, I mean, we're just gonna send scout ships to these locations, right? You, go to Pavo. We have a scout ship in sleep mode? We do, right? The hero? Yeah. Where's another place? Okay, you're going to Columba. Like, the rewards of this are pretty unimportant. But they're very, very easy to get. 60 science? Look at that. It's like we went ahead and installed the blue cap anyway.
Empire will not.
Wow. That thing he just said to us there has some implications, that's for sure. We're going to have our hacks arriving eventually. So we just triggered the trace here. Triggered a trace here. I'm a little worried about the fact that the Botha hack still has 2 turns left. That one might get cancelled. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. So once again, we just check for more quadronics. I mean, I may as well just buy the 4 here, right? Who knows? Maybe that'll prompt somebody to sell one. The problem we're probably having here is that, despite the fact that these guys have deposits, they might not have the tech to mine it. I bet that's the problem.
The unfallen greet you in the hopes.
Yeah. Probably it is the case that people generally have not taken the tech. Oh my god, and we're still so far, so very far away from getting our actual endless research started. All right, so
We are at war.
we pretty much have to
Test
trade with
my
this dude.
patience
This is
contacting
the
Empire.
only source of quadronics that we actually can access. Oh man, I hate giving him all of the Orichalcix. I don't know that we need it, but like, okay, that's the only terms you will put up. What if I put up some terms? Maybe we can try to guess something that he's into. We know he doesn't want peace or an alliance. Do we really not need Orichalcix for anything? Oh, I have to maintain 10 of it for myself. I need it for this building, in fact. Oh, and we need a ton of it for that building. So I really, really need to get my own mining operations up. Okay, well, then we shall. And I guess for the moment, we just plow all of our production into dust making, because we don't have anything else to do with it, really. I suppose that's not true. We could be retrofitting, terraforming. Terraforming, getting some extra population space here. Where is... Apparently there's one on Jane. Seems like we could have started with that one, I suppose. Alright. Bed sleeper on Lynx, so we got away with that. This skill point, I think, doesn't matter even a tiny little bit. So it says the enemy is likely tracing you, but we don't actually see a trace. I was kind of expecting the blackout to cause my hack not to work, but maybe the blackout's just disabling their trace, but allowing the hack in. That would be kind of weird, but I suppose it could be what's happening. Also, at this point, yeah, Nexus is still the best place. So we want all of these dudes over here, right? To take advantage of their ×2 planet Fidzi exploited. Alright, so then we know we want to run a hack from 3C75 out to Jane. Secure that Quadronix income. There's 58 Orichalcix. This stuff is available. We don't have to stress too much about that. Okay, when we abduct sleepers here... 4 of your sleepers in this Empire systems. Wow. Abducting sleepers from the capital is awesome. We could also steal a tech from them, but I don't know that I actually care to do that right now. No, let's abduct sleepers, because that seems great. Yeah, that's where you want to do that. All right, aside from aside from Nexus, they're the same, right? Yeah, okay. So with that, we probably want to resume sanctuary linking. Thinking like, do we want there to be a little bit of space? Because my thinking is that if we fill up this system entirely and then we abduct sleepers, the abducted sleepers will simply replace population on this system. Like the population that gets displaced for them won't go anywhere. Whereas if we have open slots, I think they just go into the open slots. That said, it's going to be so fast to fill up. You know what, let's just let it fill up. Probably I should not expect any quadronics to appear on the market. It is clearly the case that we're just not going to have any quadronics from any source other than our own mining. And who knows, maybe we could get some as loot. So we could go to Omdor, that's probably fine. Yeah, that probably works. And honestly, like, since we can't take the place over by invading it, I don't know that I want to do anything here. Like, our ships might just sleep here forever. Then again, they have very little to do right now. Why not? Oh, if I don't unstealth the other fleet, its manpower actually doesn't get contributed. Interesting. Well, preemptive bombing. I mean, we should do very well here. Yes, we'll also send a hack to Kerr. We'll get that under control. And then we will have, you know, not a lot of resources coming in, but something. I'll create sanctuary on the large gas cold plant. Also, Duyil was successfully hacked, so embed sleeper. Also, we get to do this again. Hey, look, we did it. System captured. So abduct doesn't help. We just raise it. See, it says make sure you take it over or destroy it. But maybe it doesn't mean destroy the whole system. Maybe it means just destroy their civilization on the system. I'm gonna turn previously colonized planets into sanctuaries. No, this is probably what they meant. Let's do that. Yep, that is definitely what they meant. Okay, we've got our stochastic formations. The dissenters are gone. The Umbral Choir restored to its former incarnation, a single, crystal clear harmony. Belzar Rock has disappeared again. Dead or back underground, I assume. I guess I won't be finding out anything more about the Endless anytime soon. So, the creature's going to need a new name. I'm angling for the Watcher. Well, we got our fleet evasion, which will probably never matter. And then we're going to go fight pirates now, I guess? I don't know what else we would do. Let's recloak until we get there. Also, I really told you to go through that pirate system, huh? Well, you know, I saw the free space part of her movement and just assumed that the whole move was free space. This is obviously going to get her attacked. There are pirates. They are waiting there. Pretty much always the case. So yeah, I need to acquire a whole lot of this stuff too. What does that look like? Because we need 40, right? Because I need 30 for this and then 10 for the other thing. How feasible is it for me to make that money? Actually, it looks like it's not that bad. Don't need this. Don't need that. I don't need any more ionic crystal. Buy this out and then begin the construction of the shaft-to-shelf system. Yeah. And this turn we'll get enough quadronics to build the other thing. Also, I will forget to run hacks. Who would have thought? Three turns. I wonder if it's actually going to be faster to just run it like that. It's the same. Okay, whatever. And then we want to run even more hacks, obviously. I'm going to run a hack from... Did we do this yet? One more turn. Let's hack those guys. I don't think we've done that yet. And we're going to keep running hacks to Botha because running hacks to Botha is fun. How about from Megrez to Botha? 13 turns. That's maybe a little bit too fancy, that route. Hey, you know what? It's fine. Oh, it routed it through links. Shoot. Hold on. I don't actually want to do that. That's part of why it was so long. Directly. Okay. 10 turns. Yeah, it's not so bad. I guess, yeah, that's fine. I was going to say maybe I should install an accelerator here, but you can't install offensive programs on your own systems, right? Alright, so we're 4 turns away from autonomous mining, and I think by the time we get that, we're going to be ready to convert industry directly into science on this system. All Staccato is getting stuff done. You can't deny that under his command we are finishing projects. Let's get distributed energy in here and make it a serious priority. Yep, this is happening exactly as I thought it was going to happen. Very disruptive. Oh, my ships have... My ships do not, in fact, have less than 60% health. Probably, this message is being shown to us in error. What it means is there's nowhere safe to retreat to, but that's also not true. There's a neutral node right there that we can retreat to. Also, if our hero actually is destroyed... Okay. No, she was not. If she had actually been destroyed, we could very easily have just used dust to heal her and then bring her back. I think we should probably have this under control. Should be more than enough ships to take down the pirates around Cersini. Are we anywhere near being able to use dust to accelerate any constructions? No, they're way too expensive. Oh, potato booster ran out. Cannot abide by no potato booster. I need 9 potatoes now. This is madness. Who could afford such a thing? And the Eden incense is not... Yeah, there's not enough of it. Nobody is making Eden incense, or at least nobody's selling it to the market after making it.
Empire will not tolerate this.
Your scouts tell you that I agitate for war, huh? Where'd they get that idea? Okay, there we go. Actually through free space the whole time. And even if Horatio were to detect us here, I would expect not to get into any trouble about this, because hey, we're at peace now. It's just a friendly visit, right? Alright, so it's this turn. Yeah, this turn is the turn that we get Kerr, and we get to open up another slot. It's also the turn that we're going to definitely hack Horatio here. So we need it to be on this world. And really, we should make sure that we're hacking, I suppose, any place that we can find a gas planet. Because each gas planet we take over is 5% extra science for us. The Slashes would like to be at short range. Hero Ship would like to be at short range. These guys want to be medium. Some of them want to be medium. Some of them want to be long. Okay, yeah, this'll do it. In fact, this is a battle plan we've run before. Apparently there was a second fleet of pirates. Oh, that's... It really ought to just offer you the same tactics that you just ran if you just fought a battle against... Like, those battles are completely identical. Turns out their ships are so bad it doesn't even matter what our tactics are. Or rather, it's a combination of their ships being bad and our ships being extremely numerous. Alright, and with autonomous mining done, we are ready to start on our first Endless tech. And they're going to speed up from here. Because this one is very powerful. We could steal tech, but also I think I just want to install more sleepers right now. Okay, 8 turns on that. That's not so bad. So, let's run a hack from Megrez via Wrath to Duyel. I want to get a little fancier than that. If it's like Columba to QR32 to Duyel. Yeah, that's an extra node. Throw an accelerator on the part where we're actually hacking the planet, and then... I guess what we should really be looking for is gas planets in systems I already own. Because reaching out to new systems is potentially going to cost us influence. Approval, rather. So, like, here, it would be a good idea for us to get Zakor 1. Maybe... Nope, it will not do a direct hack. It wants to go through another system. I'm a little worried that if we run one out of FOD, we'll get detected by red. It's weird how sometimes control will cause it to take a direct route, but not all the time. I guess hacks must have a limited amount of direct travel ability. Well, if that's the case, if I can't run the hack from here this way, maybe I do run it from FOD? Something like that. This hack might get detected immediately leaving, because we've seen that happen before. Or at least it seems like we've seen that happen before. I guess I'm not 100% certain that that's what was occurring. Alright, so... we are going to gain 420 industry when this finishes. And then half of the system's industry will be converted into science until we pull this out of the queue. And probably we're going to leave it in there, right? We've built kind of all of the things that we need to build on this system. So it's just now flooding the rest of the galaxy with Umbral Choirs, since we've filled up the home system. I think that's fine. We probably don't need to direct them so closely. Alright, so you guys are here. Let's unsiege guard mode. We'll just siege them down for a second. We got more ships coming, so we'll wait on those. Where's the next nearest one? Pavo is pretty close, actually. Okay. We are totally going to get first place on this. The laser weapon they give you for being first place on this quest is actually very good. Like, this is a pretty good weapon. In particular, it's worth noting, it kills a tremendous number of crew on hit. So if you're trying to run a like boarding party strategy, this is a really good weapon to use to supplement your ships, or to supplement your boarding pods. Not super relevant for us, although I suppose, you know, we could decide we're going to do some war. That's right, I still got to think about that, don't I? We haven't.
This contact
Oh,
is
hey, I can make a
unwelcome.
demand.
For what reason do you interrupt our crusade?
So we could be like, hey you, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to really damage all of your resource outputs, and then the thing I'm going to demand is a free resource term. I could just pick anything on here and throw it up, but we're going to wait. If you generate pressure all the way to the end of the bar, you can make a much fancier, more powerful demand, and it looks like they're not going to be able to stop our pressure from accumulating. So we'll do that. So we have to think now about whether we want to declare war on everybody, because we will get a science boost for doing so, but also I'm scared. Also, if I did declare war on everybody, maybe they would suddenly reveal that they had detection technology this whole time, they just hadn't bothered using it. I don't know. I guess we'll find out, because I'm probably going to declare war on somebody at least. So that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when we finish our first Endless Tech, and then from there, the speed of this victory is really going to take off. And we'll see you then.